Hi there, hello and howdy. This is Sheila. Welcome to the Painted Pig Studio. I know it's been a minute. Uh, First, let me send hugs and kisses to Leonie Apollon, Teeny Muir, and Kim M. I think that's got everybody. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. But I will tell you, don't give up on me, because the next few weeks may be kind of scarce. I think we have an offer on our house, and we're going house hunting later today. So it may take place quite quickly. Already packing stuff. Oh, the idea of packing up this craft room, guys, it's daunting, to say the least. Okay, so here before you have the completed Tim Holtz Botanical Journal. Now, there's not as much aqua in it as I would have liked, or mint, or teal, or any of those, but because, it's hard to get that with Tim. Now, this fabric is his, and I was thinking it was wildflowers, but it's actually eclectic elements. And it's pretty cool. Also, here is a Tim Holtz ring, spine ring, I guess you could call it. I've got a couple of specimen cards with some little dried flowers that are actually meant for your nails, so that may be an idea for you. And this is Tim Holtz, what do you call this? Beaded chain. Anyway, got a couple little acorns there for a charm. And then on this one, we have a really pretty filigreed heart with a little dried flower in here. This right here is part of a strap from an old handbag. This my husband came up with from somewhere. And I know this closure is funky. Oh, this is Tim Holtz nameplate. And this is just an acrylic, and I printed that out myself. This is part of the button collection. My friend Margaret gave me her 100-year-old grandmother's collection. And it's leather, or leather looking. And so is this, actually, this fob. I don't know what she would have used that for. But it works pretty good for closure. You just pull this and pop it out. Then to close it, you pop it back in there, pull it tight, and then close your button up. I don't know. I thought it was cool. Let me know in the comments below if you think that works. And what you think about it. But these are actual vintage things right here, so I thought they went good with the fabric. Now, I will tell you, this journal, I've come up with a story for it. A lot of creators do that. Or Gibbet Neri is the one that most quickly comes to mind. And I mean, she comes up with some lame doozies. And I'm not saying mine is, but I will say this. I had a lot of fun. I wrote it, typed it up, so it's a little over 2 pages. And so I've decided that the owner of the journal in my story was Alice Loraine Young, and I'll show you why I picked that name. I'll just read you the first paragraph. Alice was born in a hurricane, literally. Born in Green Pond, South Carolina on August 27th, 1893, while a hurricane raged against the coastal towns of South Carolina, killing 1,500. They didn't even have names back then, so they called it the Sea Islands Hurricane. And like that hurricane, Alice was truly a force of nature. So that was the perfect time for her to be born. Now, and I will point out a few things as I go through. But here we go. Let's open it up. Now, we have a small detachable journal. in the middle with a couple of little butterflies on the ends of the strings where I did sew it. But it is detached. I mean, it is attached to the journal with this string, which it could be removed totally and the strings cut off. But this would be easy for Alice to take with her in her nature walks in the woods on the 600-acre property her father bought to raise rice. Bet you didn't know that. South Carolina was a good place for rice growing. So, and she could have, I don't even know about bookbinding in the turn of the 20th century, but she could have possibly even made it herself, right? Okay, and also this will be in my Etsy store for sale, obviously. So it also comes with a pen and a pencil, a University of Alabama pencil. But this is the South, you know. Okay, so for this, let's get started with the first section. And this was inspired by Nick the Booksmith's 2019 Lapbook build, which is linked below. Hope I'm in frame here. So some of it is similar to hers and some of it not so much. On this first panel, you have two little coin pockets, and they, with a butterfly holding it down, they flip up. And this one has rose petals that Alice kept, given to her by a very special person in her life. And we have a little tuck here with a botanical card on there. And I'm trying to, there's a lot of these little policy closures in here. I'm trying to all wrap them the same way so they'll be easy to, because I get confused. And so when it flips up, behind it is a specimen card type pocket with Tim Holtz paper behind. And this is a little watercolor that Alice would have done. She liked to do watercolors of some of the specimens that she found along the way. So that's her little keepsake of one of them. And then this one just holds a little card with some French words. The gentleman that gave her the flowers was French. And she met him when she went to Europe as a companion to a neighbor named Mrs. Mary Elizabeth Woodstock. And so here is another one of the little watercolors in the specimen pocket. Okay, in here you have a Tim Holtz ephemera, which is the Boy Scout, something to do with Boy Scouts and camping, I guess. And tea-dyed paper on the back for writing. Then in here she has some papers in case she wants to do some work on her train ride, do work, because when Miss Woodstock died, she gave Alice a little, Alice inherited a little small amount from her, and it was enough for Alice to move to Charleston, South Carolina, and begin her own wholesale florist business, which on the weekends she still went home to the family home that was still owned by her sister and her sister's husband, and she still roamed those 600 acres in her search for, well, to be with nature and in her studyings of nature. More papers that she can use while she's on the train. Here's an envelope with a magnetic closure, and inside is the classifications, if you will, of several butterflies and plants. And so, hence the label. Now, on the second section, We have another coin envelope, a little bit larger. And inside it, we have newspaper articles of the day that are floral related that she can read on her train ride as well. And they're put together with a Tim Holtz, one of those little bitty Tim Holtz clips. And here are some of her tickets. Then in this that I did on a silhouette, there is a laminated butterfly in the center, a Tim Holtz closure here, some little lace trim, and on the inside is her main ticket there, or her monthly ticket. I'm not sure. You can decide for yourself. If you end up with this journal and a little tassel string that I just looked up and saw hanging off one of my baskets, and I thought, I don't even know where I got it, but it's got home now. And in this pocket, she's got her keepsake ticket from when she was in Edinburgh. She keeps her little timetable here. And she does go on adventures, that's for sure. This was inspired by Nick. And here is her boarding pass. All right there. All this to do with her train travel. Now, in... bark me. Let me get a sip of water. Okay. Now, in this section, we have a policy closure. And again, this is Tim Holtz Wildflower Collection. This would be from Woodland Diaries. It's a printable. This is a quote by Claude Monet. My wish is to stay always like this, living quietly in a corner of nature. And then on the end of the string, we have a few little beads and a, what does that say? I can't read it. I thought it said confidential, but it doesn't. Maybe you can see what it says. Gore Village, something. Anyway, it's a little charm. Okay, this flips up. More tickets, but not train tickets. Tickets to something else. And down here, if you can see, is another little pocket. Can you see this? You can't see this. Pocket. And on the back of this has the definition of mushroom from an old dictionary. Okay, now this section here was cut on my silhouette, and it's got vellum behind it. These were also cut on my silhouette, and I actually embossed them with antique pearl, I think it is, but I used the back side of them because I like the way that looked better. And so it flips up, and then here, this little tag turns, so this can open. That's a Mrs. Coggs print. And this is from the Woodland Diaries, and a little tuck spot here, belly band type tuck spot. And because Alice thought this was funny, you know, ladies didn't smoke much back then until the 20s, and so that always made her smile, so that's the reason she stored that away here. And then this tag flips up with a little tuck behind it, and this could be from a concert she went to with her French soldier when she was in Paris. This is a picture of her mother when her mother was young that she just keeps tucked right in there. Okay, and there's a little ticket down here to tuck that into. And a little ticket up here held with a paper clip. And then on this side is a spare business card of hers. And this is what began the Alice L. Young story. And it actually said New York, but I just kind of ripped that out, I think. So because she's supposed to be in South Carolina. And so she has, you have a place to write here. And then in this central section, sorry about the glare, there's my trademark pig paper clip. This would have been a watercolor that Alice would have done and put in this little frame, which flips up with a tuck for more tickets. And then this is a top tuck with a tag that you can write on. And this is a very special little circular tag here, because in the back is a secret pocket for a photograph that her French soldier sent her. He was in World War I, died in the Battle of Verdun. This Ernest Hemingway quote says, "Courage is grace under pressure." And I'm not sure if that's correct in the timeline, but we'll say it is. Okay. So, and then this folds up, and your string comes down to tie. Now, what has fallen off? Okay. I know exactly where that goes. And this is my run-through, so please, in the comments below, leave a comment about anything you see that needs to be tweaked or re-glued or fixed in any way. Okay, for this section, again, this was inspired by Nick, the booksmith, and we will start with this part here. It's what I call slot pockets. This definitely came from Nick, the booksmith. Little journaling card, and here is a card for her to note her observations about mushrooms. Look deep into nature and then you will understand everything better. Einstein, I really don't understand that. So, next we have 2 little tea cards in this belly band from the Woodland Diaries printables. This, I think, is from Pink Monarch, but it could be JDB Journals. I'm not sure, but that gives plenty of journaling space right there in this side tuck. Then we have a glassine bag pocket with a tag that has, I think it's moths in its pocket, journaling space on the back, and mushroom classifications, I guess. And so that goes in there. And then we have another specimen type pocket with a laminated butterfly and a little card for journaling. And these are some Well-Tell tabs that I made on my silhouette. And here is just a little a little tag from Tim Holtz paper with bugs on the back and a place to write on the front. And I like that to be lined up just like that. And then over here, this is also printable from the Woodland Diaries, and that is, who did I say that was by? Paper Craftivity. Here's a little tiny bullnose clip from Tim Holtz that keeps that closed, and when you open it, you have a couple of pockets with tags and writing space on the back. And here is a little coin envelope type pocket that I did with my silhouette that has Alice keeps her library cards in there. You can leave it open or closed. Another one I did on my silhouette that has a little specimen cards in there. This is not a pocket. This is glued straight on. It's got this thumb notch out so you can reach that. A Tracy Fox label. And then here in the back is a drawing of an orchid. Alice loves orchids, even though they don't really grow in South Carolina. And she will probably watercolor that. And then here is a ruler for her if she needs to measure something on her walks. I got that idea from a lady, and I will link that video below as well. She did Murdy's. It's a Lapbook. She also kind of followed Nick the Booksmith, but it was she did a naturalist type Lapbook for someone by the name of Murdy. Okay, and here are more flowers that were actually embossed on the reverse side, and here are 3 tags with writing spots on the back. And this is just printed vellum. Actually, it's printed. It's given it sort of a yellow tone. And then this opens, and that is curling. I don't know why. I have to figure that out. Okay, so here in this center spot, we have another flip up. This is just a little bag with a little check thingy in it and a laminated mushroom in the window there. This is just a little punch out of a butterfly that I did about 3 or 4 of them and glued them together. And then this is a Tim Holtz brad, and it's hidden in the back with that. This is a corner punch deal. Here we have another coin envelope with a couple of specimen cards, and I'm going to put little decorative corners on this because yeah, I smashed my stickles. Here we have a form to write on with a laminated butterfly. The inside is a page from a book that Alice has cut out and put there for reference. And here we have a little side tuck with some information cards and a little booklet that she can take with her on her walks. And then this is a Tim Holtz die, the little slots. And this I got from AliExpress, but she could actually thread a ribbon, string, whatever through those and carry them with her on her walks. And here we have a couple of tags and another quote: "In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks." John Muir. Okay, and then this flips back. This flips over, and with the string, just fasten it. And this has 2 little charms, one that says wish, and then one's a birdie. And now we're on to this section with a specimen belly band. These are all laminated, and the openings are cut with my silhouette. They were actually well-tailed tag shapes that I enlarged just for this purpose and cut out of some of the Tim Holtz paper. It's fastened with a magnet, and you lift it up, and there is her card. I was looking for something to fit into this little label pocket. That's the only thing I could find. It is Tim Holtz from his field notes, I think. And so that's when I started thinking about A.L. Young. Could that be Alice, Loraine? And so forth. And so then each one of these, which I punched the notch with my We Are Memory Keepers envelope maker. 1, 2, 3 envelope. Scoreboard. Envelope maker. Each one of these has a little index card, which is that she can take with her. And she's got this stapled on there so she'll know what to look for. And there you go. Okay, now I'm going to hold this, put this down. And make sure that does not fold. There we go. Just going to have to be careful of that, I guess. And here, this is actually also inspired by Nick. And we have a little dragonfly on the end of this string, this policy closure. This envelope is gusseted and made something like a file folder. And we have labels of correspondence and confidential. In the correspondence pocket, we have envelopes and cards for writing. And we have a little glassine envelope with stamps. Of course, they're cancel stamps, and some of them are quite old. Would probably come from Alice's time. And the middle one holds her writing board with a Tim Holtz clip, and then some paper for her sketches. That's the reason she's got the pencil. Then, in here she's got her treasured last letter from Jean-Louis Bonneau, her French soldier, who they were going to be married when the war ended, but unfortunately he died in the Battle of Verdun, and so all she had was this letter in French and his photograph to remember him by. Sad, I know. It gets sadder. So there you see what I ended up with my Tim Holtz Botanical Lapbook and the little story that accompanies it. And please, in the comments below, tell me what you think. This will go into my Etsy store for sale. And right now, there is nothing in my Etsy store. Well, there's an old painting I did years ago. But I feel very, very lucky and blessed to have sold both the journals that I put in there. So we will see how this one does. And again, for the closure, it goes through the loop, and then you pull the button tight. Whoops. Pull the button tight. And there you go. Keeps it closed. Okay, it's done. Now, the next couple weeks are going to be rough for me to do any videos or maybe much crafting when it comes to it. So, I will see you, if not in the next couple of weeks, I will see you when I get my new craft room set up. And get back from vacation, because we have vacation scheduled for the first week of October. Me, my. Well, I hope you guys are doing well, and that you will take care, stay safe, and hugs and kisses until next time. Bye-bye.